Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Just to let y'all know, I swear this is the last time you'll just see the tsubas and the just the printed stage before they are assembled and painted. I'm just showing the close-up details before they are put together and painted. And this is of course one of the earlier prototypes I received before the final one, but I'll explain that very shortly, of course. As you can see, this one's thicker, one side's smaller. And this is, here is Yasuke's Wakizashi Tsuba. As you can see, it is more flower shaped, looks just like the Oda family crest. A lot more like the first one, but you know what I'm talking about. There was a really nice concept art I found, so I sent that right to the commissioner, CustomMadsenCreation. So they were able to model this just fine. Looks just like the tsuba itself. So they were able to model it just fine. This is Naoe's Tanto Tsuba. Because there was absolutely no concept art for this one, all I could send them was pictures of the metal replica from Raven's Forge coming out in October. And they said at least it helped give them an idea of what to do, and that's why they came up with this shape. And they just put wave patterns on here, since I told them there wasn't a dragon on this one, unlike Naoe's Katana Tsuba. And that's where I got the shape here, of course. And here is Naoe's Dragon Tsuba. And as you can see, unlike the other shapes, this one is not asymmetrical. So once glued together, it is instead facing away from each other, especially the dragon and the hole gaps here. Hope you guys can see the dragon and the whole details. There's the other side, flips over the other way. I of course just sent them the metal replica of the dragon tsuba that Ubisoft made, but as I've said in one of my other videos, it is way too small. It can't be put on any sword, and not to mention they put tsubas on here. So what do you guys think? Did they Custom Madsen made it just right? And I of course told them not to put a seppa on, because I'm gonna use real seppas. And they made the center hole match just right. Only difference with this one is, of course, it is slightly bigger and it's gonna fit a real sword. Well, I'm not gonna put them on real sword, but once it's available in the other shop, you guys can do what you like with it, of course. And as they sent me these last three, it was a little more thicker than my first tsuba that they sent me of Yasuke. So in order to match with that, I took one of my first prototypes and took the smallest part and put it on the other side. so that it matches with these three. So this will be the final one for it once it is put on the swords. Okay, give me a moment as I put them on their blades. Okay, so here is the tsubas on their blades for now. Okay, so this one's Yasuke's. This is how it will look once I glue the seppas on there, once it's fully assembled and painted. These are, of course, Zoro's swords, but obviously these won't look like Zoro's swords once they're redone, of course, and painted. You guys will see the blades painted, of course. I think I've come up with a really neat way to make it look realistic, especially with certain spray paints. But I'll show them once I start working on them, of course, and what cans I used. As for the handles, I'm still waiting for the menuki, those parts that are, you know, metal grips. But the thing is, in AC Shadows, I finally noticed that they put the menukis in a very odd place, because both of them on Yasuke swords is like here and here on both sides, when in actuality it's supposed to be, one is supposed to be up here and the other side is supposed to be around the end here. Yeah, I think that's one part of the katana decor they got wrong, because those are supposed to be just, you know, parts to grip on there. It's not supposed to be all rubbing up against the inside of the hand, you know. But I'll see what to do once the menuki show up from the mail, of course. So this is how it will look once it's fully done. And no, obviously this is not that whole plagiarism drama that, you know, Ubisoft pulled that one video game event. They want people to forget about that maybe, but I'm one of the many, of course, that will never forget that they did that, claiming that that was Yasuke's sword. I mean, come on. Okay, here's Naoi's. I've seen on like statue figurines that the dragon was facing this way, so I hope this is the right side, but if it isn't, those who play the game, and if they have the sword, if they can tell me like which way the dragon is facing on the blade side and the handle side here. This is Tanjiro's sword, the kit sword, of course. I got this specifically for the ray skin, because on this sword that, of course, now he uses in the promotional material, that they have this sword specifically. I keep forgetting what Naoi's sword is called, because Yasuke's it's easy to remember because it has a real-life blacksmith's name, Muramasa. Whisper Muramasa, but Naoi's here is like something dragon. Something dragon. If anyone can tell me what it is, that'd be great. Because for me, I like to remember swords' names from like video games or shows. There were like no specific cosplay swords that had white ray skin. That's why I had to order separate ray skin for Yasuke's, because there was almost no white ray skin at all. Okay. And here is the Yasuke's Wakizashi. Most of you are probably wondering how, but there are smaller versions of cosplay katana kits. They make them smaller for children specifically, so, and once I found those, that's I thought it was perfect because there can be wakizashi size or tanto size swords. And I've recently found in conventions that they are making nodachi size swords, so there are some nodachi swords I'll definitely be making once there are kit versions that are coming out. Of course, because it's a wakizashi, the tsubas are smaller, so I made sure to tell the seller, CustomMadsenCreation, to make the tsuba smaller, so it fits perfectly with the wakizashi size sword. Okay. And this is the knife size. The tanto size of Naoi's sword. It's a little smaller than Yasuke's wakizashi, but that goes perfectly since there's almost no tsuba on tanto knives. This is pretty much the smaller children's size cosplay katana kits. One of the things I noticed on the tantos in the game is that the handle's smaller, so this will be cut, and also on the metal replica, the handle's like this small. I do want to try to match the games, but I'm trying to look at real life tantos to see how small the handles are. Make it this small maybe. And I think on the wakizashi too, but I'll still look around before I do anything major, such as cutting the handles too small. So, yep. And those who have seen the short prototypes, this is pretty much how they are. So, tell me what you guys think, and the next time you see them, they will be painted.